What's going on, everybody? Thanks for meeting me out here in the woods today. So guys, today we're going to be using the Gransfors Bruk Scandinavian forest axe to take care of this uprooted hemlock tree. Now, the reason behind me using the Gransfors Bruk Scandinavian forest axe today is, according to Gransfors Bruk on the website, these axes are designed intended to be used in softwood trees. And just like any other axe, axes are designed to the type of wood that they have in the area. Now, I have mostly hardwood by me, and obviously I do have some softwood trees by me as well, but I've never really got the opportunity to use this axe in a softwood tree. And I'm sure you all are familiar with the channel An Urban Lumberjack. He recently got a Scandinavian forest axe as a gift for Christmas, and unfortunately was taking on extreme edge damage to the point where he actually had to exchange it for another one, and seems to still be taking on some edge damage. So I never really talked about it on my channel, but I too had the same issue with my Gransfors Bruk Scandinavian forest axe. And I just started thinking, well, are we using the axes not for what they are intended for? But I don't think that's true, because it's an axe. At the end of the day, it should be able to perform well in both soft and hardwoods. And there's nothing about the axe that tells me it shouldn't be able to chop in hardwoods. So, like I said earlier, I've never used it in softwoods. Now we're going to use it in this hemlock, using it for the type of wood that Gransfors Bruk intended it to be used in, and we're going to see if we take on any edge damage, because in my personal experience with softwood trees, like I said, I never did it with the Gransfors Bruk, I think softwood is totally underrated compared to hardwood. Everyone thinks green hardwood is like gnarly. To me, green hardwood isn't as hard on an axe as green softwood, like this hemlock or some sort of pine or spruce. The knots in these things are just evil, man. And I've chipped axes and tore up axes doing softwood, to the point where I kind of stay away from softwood when I'm chopping with an axe that has a very keen edge. So I personally think we're going to see a little bit of edge damage on this axe, but if we don't, obviously that's awesome. If we do, then no real difference than what we're seeing in the hardwoods. And another thing I want to say too is I'm not getting as much edge damage as Mr. Urban Lumberjack. It's unfortunate how much edge damage he's getting. I do feel bad for him, because these truly are amazing axes, and I really enjoy using mine. But one thing I did do to mine to kind of remedy taking on as much edge damage is I did put a little bit of a more of a steep micro bevel on mine, and so far it's been pretty good. So I'm going to quit rambling on, and we're going to get into this hemlock tree here and see just how good this Gransfors Bruk does in some softwood. And notice I'm kind of doing this on my knees because I feel like with this angle, I'm just kind of nervous because it's much higher than I am. I am a little nervous at a glance, so I figured I'll put myself a little closer to the ground here. And also, I'm not swinging for the fences either, guys. So, you know, you just got to kind of adapt to the situation that you're in. Okay. Since it's already leaning and super hard, I'm probably not gonna have to go crazy with this one. There she goes. Yeah, she don't want it. All right, guys, so I really hope you enjoyed the angles while they lasted. So unfortunately, I actually had the camera off for a minute, aka my phone, and one of the branches came down when I was doing some limbing, so I was trying to conserve some battery, and landed on the tripod. So I'm holding the upper piece, and this is the lower piece. You can see it snapped off. So unfortunately, and it bent the leg. So alrighty, guys, so I'm hoping that this is all in frame. Fortunately, I found some paracord in the pouch on my quad, so I have you guys tied up to a tree right now. It took a little bit to get it secure, so I will try to change trees to give you guys you know, different angles if I can. So yeah, this is garbage. In the meantime, we're gonna finish limbing this out, and then I'll see if I can reposition you guys, and we'll limb that one out, and we'll get to some bucking.
Alrighty guys, so just to save some battery on my phone, and we are kind of running out of daylight, I did the smaller tree off camera. And you know, another reason is we don't have the tripod, so I didn't want to bore you guys with all the same angles. But just letting you guys know, that one's all done. And now I'm going to set you guys up, and we're going to do the larger of the two trees.
Alrighty guys, so we got another one tree challenge in the books for 2023, but real quick, let's talk about the whole point behind today's video. So pretty much what I wanted to find out was if I was going to get any edge damage on the Scandinavian forest axe while using it in softwood, which is the wood that Gransfors Bruk intended for this axe to be used in. And I wanted to see how just it chopped in general in softwood, because since I've got this axe, I've only ever used it in hardwood. And guys, I gotta say, there's 0 edge damage on this axe here, and you saw how it chopped. It chopped extremely well. I was blown away. Like I said, not that I wasn't impressed with how this axe chopped in hardwood, but when I sunk this thing into some softwood, guys, if you have this axe and you haven't tried it in softwood yet, go out and chop some softwood if you get the chance, because it is something else. And I hate using the expression because it's you know, beat to death, but this thing chopped like a hot knife through butter. So Urban Lumberjack, I know you've been having some issues with edge damage in your Scandinavian forest axe, and the last tree I believe you used it in was some I believe red oak, but I've never chopped with red oak with mine. I've done some beech, I've done maple, I've done serviceberry, and I've done, let's see, something else, but I never did oak. And I got edge damage each time. But yeah, go ahead and try it in some green softwood, and I think you'll be super impressed. But like I said at the beginning, guys, just because this axe was designed around you know, softwood trees doesn't mean that you can't use it in hardwood trees. In my eyes, it's an axe. It should be able to take on hardwood and softwood. You know, just like I'm sure certain American patterns are really more dialed towards hardwood than softwood, but they do work well in both. So if you are experiencing any kind of edge damage on this axe and you haven't tried it in softwood yet, I encourage you to do so. And if you are still receiving some edge damage and you're still receiving edge damage while using it in hardwood, maybe try doing what I did. I put a small micro bevel on it, which is just putting at the absolute very edge there. Maybe I'll do a separate video about micro bevels, but there's a lot of information out there, guys. But try putting a little micro bevel on the edge, and I think that will help you out tremendously, because these do have a very keen edge on them. And like I said, myself along with a few other guys have experienced edge damage with these axes. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's a heat treat issue, but if you haven't checked out Urban Lumberjack's last video, he tests the Rockwell hardness on this axe. I'll see if I can link that in the description. It's definitely a good watch, and I encourage you to check that out, because he did believe that he was experiencing maybe a bad temper, and I thought the same thing myself. But I think the solution to the issue here, guys, is maybe putting a small micro bevel on it. And since I did that, I have not seen any edge damage on this axe. Now, as far as the splitting goes with this axe, obviously when you're splitting any soft wood, because there's so many knots and they all go to the core of the tree, it just sucks to split no matter what axe you're using. So you really gotta you know, plan where you're gonna place the axe, and if you're not accurate and you hit wrong, it just kind of is not the best to split. But as you get more experience with splitting it and you get more comfortable around it, and you can really place your axe where you want it, it does split pretty easily. Because what I have to say about that is, I've had my butt kicked more by maple. So I dread maple. I have the most issues with maple no matter what axe I'm using. It never wants to split for me. It's super stringy. Bucking it usually isn't too bad, but I gotta say, I was really impressed. Like, I never really do softwood, and I'm really happy I did. I really enjoyed making today's video. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you were able to take something away from today's video. And again, I want to apologize for the camera mishap. We broke the tripod while doing some limbing, and I know normally I try to give you guys a bunch of angles, and I really enjoy doing that because it's just more fun, you know. But yeah, we overcame. So by next video, I will have another tripod. Guys, sorry, I'm like rambling on like crazy. I can't remember what I said. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Alrighty, guys, as you can see, I have 0 edge damage. Don't mind up towards the top there. I nicked a little rock, that's why that's rounded off, but that happened a while ago. So yeah, 0 edge damage, guys. Super impressed. And I wish I tried this out in softwood before I put the micro bevel, but I think the micro bevel is the answer here, guys.
Alrighty guys, I don't know if this is in frame, but I showed you just a second ago, no edge damage. But look guys, this thing is still crazy sharp. So like I said a second ago for you guys, like a few minutes ago for me, I think you know, I think the ticket here, guys, truly is putting a micro bevel on it. I think that's the ticket.